The University of North Alabama has been educating students in the music and entertainment industry since 1975. One of the first programs of its kind in the country, and the first in the state of Alabama. We've got a lot to be proud of as we celebrate the program's 50th anniversary. We want to share some of the alumni and their UNA stories.
When I was at UNA, I was involved in everything. I think there was a time when I was in probably 13 pages of the yearbook because I was just involved in everything. And so I would say the advice to a student there is get involved as much as you can because, you know, this opportunity, you won't have this opportunity again, you know, and just enjoy it. Learn everything that you can because there's a lot of things that you're going to use whenever you get out of school. Hi, my name is Traci Hite, and this is my UNA story. I grew up in a little town called Coleman, about an hour and 20 minutes south of Florence. And I knew at the age of 5 that I wanted to be in the music industry. I mean, in kindergarten, when the teacher asked if someone would bring their toy for show and tell, I refused. I brought my favorite Reba album and I made my classmates sit and listen to me sing because that was like the dream, is to be on the Grand Ole Opry. And so growing up, I was in pageants and singing competitions and everything. And when I got older, I started getting more interest in the actual music industry part, looking at A&R and promotions and marketing and all those kind of things. And so it really always interests me to be a part of the music industry. When it came to figuring out exactly where I wanted to go to college, there were actually 3 different programs that I was looking at. But when I went to UNA and I toured the campus, and it kind of reminded me of home. Anyway, the Shoals area did. And all the professors at UNA, they were just so personable and they cared about you. When I came to UNA, I didn't know exactly what part of the music industry I wanted to do. If I wanted to do A&R promotion, I loved it all, but I wasn't really sure exactly which part. And the professors there actually sat down with me and actually taught me everything I needed to know more about the industry and helped guide me into the direction of what I really wanted to do. I did an internship at Sony Music Nashville right out of college. And after my internship was over, there were no jobs in the field that I wanted to go into, which was radio promotions. And so I was like, well, there was a lot of promoters that started out in radio. So I ended up with my first job at Way FM in Huntsville, Alabama as their promotions director. After that, I went on to Dallas and I was a promotions director at KCBI, which is a big market. And then I went on to Capital Christian, then on to Curb, and now where I'm at now at Stone Country Records. My current position today is Regional Promotions Director at Stone Country Records. And as a promotions director, our day-to-day is so different. It could be going to a radio station with an artist. If I'm not on the road, it could be just being on the phones with radio stations across the country trying to promote a record. It really varies day to day when it comes to the job that I have. I feel like the program adequately prepared me for my career. It made me a more well-rounded individual to compete in such a competitive industry for the classes and the curriculum that they offered because they were so diverse. You know, you had promotions, you had marketing, you had A&R, you had publishing. Each class prepared me to be more competitive because not everyone knows about each actual thing that happens in the music industry. They might know about promotions, they might know about A&R, but being more of a well-rounded individual in this competitive market, UNA prepared me for that. I feel like I'm just starting, but I'm not. I've been doing this for about a decade now, which is crazy. I've worked a Christmas single for an artist named Francesca Battistelli, and we had a month to work this record. And it went #1 in 4 weeks. And at the time, there was only one other artist that had a Billboard hit that went #1 in 4 weeks, and that was Garth Brooks. So it was really cool to be a part of that. She actually asked me to be a part of a Grand Ole Opry show one day. So that little 5-year-old girl that always dreamed of going on the Grand Ole Opry stage I finally got to do that, which was really, really memorable. That was really sweet of her too. I worked with a band called For King and Country, and they had an album called Burn the Ships, and we worked 5 consecutive #1 singles off that record, and they won a Grammy Award for it, and so just to be a part of it was really cool. Everywhere I go in Nashville, there's a UNA grad. And everywhere I go in Nashville, those UNA grads are very successful. And they're the ones that people always talk about, how hard they work and how well-rounded they are. And that's pretty awesome to hear. It's pretty awesome to be a part of that program. I would say the thing that sets UNA students apart in this industry is if you find out that someone graduated from UNA, they help you out a little bit more. They're like, oh man, you're like, it's more like a family than anything, especially up here in Nashville. Every UNA grad that I know that works in the music industry in Nashville, whenever it comes to internships and everything else, they're always like raising their hand of, hey, let's look at this UNA program. I came from that. And then everybody in there, usually in their department's like, really? That's a program? Yeah, absolutely. Because of, how they work or, how they work with other people. And so that's really what sets apart UNA grads in this industry. Networking in the entertainment industry is very, very important. Also, working hard is very, very important. My actual biggest mentor has been Jerry Cooper, who was the VP of promotions at Curb, who came from Arista, who was the connection from Leslie that I met her through, my internship at UNA. So I guess that kind of all connects. And so Jerry, whenever I worked with her, she taught me basically everything I know about promotions now. So, which was pretty awesome. And she actually, if it wasn't for Jerry, I wouldn't be working in country music. The best advice that I could give someone that's pursuing a career in the entertainment industry is something that I learned a long time ago. Work hard, ask questions, keep networking. It's really the 3 core things that you need in this industry. You might not get your dream job overnight. Just keep working hard, keep asking questions, and keep networking, because this industry is so small. People are watching you. They're watching what you do. They're watching how you work. That job will come one day. Just keep working hard.